Welcome to the Weekly Dose. I'm Jamie Southern. We have had the chance to work with 108 Performance. Find them on Instagram, find them wherever social media you follow. They are a company that teaches athletes how to get more power from their body. Hitting, throwing, pitching, all of it. My mind has been blown. There's definitely some things that I have learned, pitching terms versus biomechanic terms. I've learned so much. Number one, the power line. That is not a non-negotiable. The power line shouldn't be a thing. Every pitcher is different in how they create their own power. They have different angles that get the most from their body. I'm not going to say this in scientific terms because I am nowhere near qualified to speak like that. But when we think about our front hip, as we finish as a pitcher, we finish in the same way as a hitter. We use our hips, we use our core. We have different flexibility in our hips. Out of the pitchers that we have and we are working with, one of them had to step more open. She's a right-handed pitcher and had to step to the left of the power line. That helped her. We have others that are going to step a little bit on the right of the power line. So when you think of a pitching coach telling you step on the power line, step on the power line, step on the power line, what I learned is try different places to land and see if you throw it harder. If I have 100 pitchers lined up and they come for a camp, they're all different. They all create their power in different ways. These cookie cutter pitchers that are robots have more growth to them. They have more speed that they can get out of their body. The second thing that I learned is that if your pitching coach is teaching you to pitch the same way as her or his other 50 pitchers, something's wrong. Something is wrong. There are similar movements in the most elite pitchers. Watch the elite pitchers, watch their back drag, watch their front landing leg. They are very similar in what they do. I encourage you to watch where they land. That looks a little bit more to the left or this looks straight, but this teaching one way to every single pitcher does not make sense to me. So I encourage you, do your research, watch pitchers, see what they're doing, see if that's something you're doing. Maybe try what they're doing. Be open. The third thing that I learned, the athletes with the best mechanics that produce the most power are little kids because they have not been overcoached yet. I have 3 daughters, and if I tell them to throw this ball as hard as you can overhand, they're going to throw it how they should throw it. They're going to have the right mechanics to throw. If I have them throw a hay barrel as far as they can, you're going to see how their legs create power, and they should mimic that in the pitching motion. Stop being overcoached. I'm speaking as a parent now. This Eugene who instructed us has 11-year-old twins, and I kept asking him, well, what do you tell your 11-year-olds? Because I have 9 and 7-year-olds. How do you teach them? He said, listen, for hitting, I tell them grab the bat, however you want to grab the bat, and hit the ball as hard as you can. And they're going to do the right motions because their body knows how to create power. If he tells them to play catch, he says throw the ball as hard as you can because their body knows how. Yes, there's still some non-negotiables. I'm going to add a fourth thing that I've learned because it just came to mind. I was always set on your front landing foot. I was taught 45-degree angle that it needs to land. Now I would say I've gone to more this, like a 30-ish in the range, not straight to the catcher, not halfway, but a little bit in between, so we can use our quad to pull our backside through. I learned that the landing angle doesn't matter. It does not matter because some pitchers, how they create their power, they may land at a 90, but they just need to land on the left of their power line and they're still going to be able to throw top speed. We've gotten to this place in time in our softball journeys where we have so much technology and we have so many pitching coaches on the internet teaching. I get it. They believe in it. I'm just saying this makes sense. I'm 40 years old. I've been giving pitching lessons for 18 years. The overcoaching, the let's point our belly button at the catcher the entire time. You would never throw overhand with your shoulders and your pelvic facing forward. That's not power. So when we look at this internal rotation, a lot of the internal rotation is really our hand underneath. the ball. But when we look at that, a lot of it is because our hips are turned. So look at the hips when they're teaching that. I don't know, makes you wonder. What I'm taking away from this week is an open mind. I've got to have some more gray areas, trying new things with different pitchers to see what works for them, being able to assess them, having them step over here, having them step over here. A lot of our pitchers, they were like, oh, that feels better. It feels better. So when we think feels better, it's more efficient, it feels easy, and that's how it should be. We shouldn't have these back injuries. We shouldn't have shoulder injuries. And if you do, you're fighting your body and how it naturally wants to produce. Be open-minded. Some of y'all have gone to your pitching coach for the last 5-8 years and you're like, this is the all be all. If you're throwing 65 to 70, okay, cool. Obviously it works for you. I'm not questioning every pitching coach. I'm just saying there's different ways to think. And that this is what this post is to say, whoa, I've had to stretch my belief a little bit. That's okay. That's how we get better. We have those conversations, we grow, we learn, and we say, what works for her is not gonna work for her. I have to be able to say things in different ways and have pitchers try different things. So check out 108 Performance. They have some products that help create these movements that I'm gonna get for my daughters, because I'm just like, wow, if we can get a head start on this now, they will be so powerful in whatever position they play. They'll be so powerful. We are definitely going to have a workout of the week with some more power and trying new things. I'll kind of explain it a little bit better. What I would do as a pitching instructor, if you were my student, what we could try. Okay? See you guys.